Hey, just want to give you a quick update. I got my garlic bulbs in the mail yesterday. I got them planted in today. And I blocked this path off. This is a no-go zone because I nearly got a face full of this spider web. It should show up on the camera. Can you see it when I move back and forth? You see how large that thing is? And it's like right at face level. I almost got a face full of that today. And then there's this guy who's enormous. I don't think he's going to show up clear. Poor thing, he's scared to death. I'm bigger than him and scared him to death. At any rate, he's going to go about his business and catch more bugs. And I'm going to hopefully remember not to go down the path. Okay, so here's the lettuce green. No, actually these are the radishes. They're doing really well. They mature in 30 days, and that was about 30 days ago I planted. So I see some popping out over here. You see them? Their little heads sticking out. I'm not ready to pull it yet. As you can see, it's ready. Got some lettuces. This is the cinnamon lettuce over on this side. And then on this side, I've got some arugula right there. I had put some comfrey seeds in to sprout. I'm going to transplant those over to the orchard. And the seedlings that I moved into the cans are really pretty happy. We're going to have more rain today, so they're going to do really well. Again, I got arugula and the cimarron lettuce. In this one, I put some pansies just to give it a little bit of pop of color. And let's see, here is I got a little stick now. Here's my parsley. I cut and come again with this stuff over and over again. These are the sweet potato vines growing up from the other side. I accidentally cut off some vines down at the bottom, so they're dying off there. Got more parsley there as interrupters. The kale over here is not happy. It's got a lot of bugs right now, but that's all right. And then this is the Swiss chard, doing pretty well. The beans, put some more purple pole beans at the trellis, and I put some more peas, this time in a pod so I can shell them. That's the way my husband likes them best, so we'll shell them. And they're coming up pretty well. The beans are coming up and they're flowering, and we're having a lot of good weather, at least for another week. It's going to be, mid 70s and for the highs, and then the lows are only in the 60s for at least a week, maybe 10 days. So I'm hoping these peas may pop some things for us. Let's see what else. Over here I've got some mammoth jalapenos. They are cracking. So I need to pick those pretty soon. They're going to be hot. When they said mammoth, I don't know what size they should be, so I got to find out. And again, volunteer cherry tomatoes. Still picking cherry tomatoes. Had some lovely roasted tomatoes today. Delicious. And we have our watermelon growing well, I think. I don't know. We'll see. Little baby watermelons didn't quite make it. I think there may have been too cold or not enough rain or something. I'm not sure. And then I put in the garlic. So I did put in the garlic. I have 5 different kinds. 4 of them are hard neck, and 1 of them is a soft neck. I put them in all the way up to where the sweet potatoes are growing, because I don't want to disturb the garlic when I pull the sweet potatoes from the ground. Back there I had cut back the marigold. This is going crazy. Right over here I put a bunch in with the chickens. They liked that. And it keeps away some of the flies as well. Here's the other side of the beans. They get lots of sun over here. My garlic wants full sun. And then let's see, I got some kale growing down here. Hello, flock. Some kale growing down here. This is stuff I give to the flock. And then the rest of the watermelons. They're having a lot of dieback from the leaves. Maybe they don't like to be trellised as heavily as I did. Maybe only 1 or 2 plants, and that will be it. Swiss chard making a comeback over here. It had been faltering for a little bit. And then I put some soft nut garlic here. This is Transylvania soft nut garlic. There was only 5 cloves. They were large. So I've got the soft neck here and the hard neck on the other side. Again, this side is really sunny. There's not really any obstructions. The morning doesn't get too much sun, but the midday and the afternoon it gets lots and lots of sun. So it should be good there. More parsley. I've already cut this thing back 3-4 times, and it's coming back. I have room for more garlic, or I might put onions there. Either way, that's what I'm looking at, preserving that spot with the fresh compost. Got cucumbers, big cucumber growing here. I'm not eating them very much. Got a little one here, got a mid-sized one there, and another one over there. And the vines are still putting off some flowers, so we may get more cucumbers depending on the weather. And depending on whether these leaf diebacks spread up to the top or not. I probably am going to cut those off today. And I have more peas, pod peas, I put down there. I'm going to let them grow up more. So at any rate, this is the passageway I am not going through because of the ginormous spider web here, trying to catch people, birds, bugs, who knows what. Hello, my friends. How are you? I did get some solar lights to put on the corners, each corner of the beds over here, behind this picket fence. So I have a little bit of light. I can still do things if I like. And got them tarped, keep them away from the rain a little bit. It doesn't, and it doesn't pool up. It seems to like go through gently. It doesn't pound them. They love it here. Got the greenhouse up and running. I changed the way that I rolled the plastic so the water actually will just go down and then it will like flow off this way. Before I had it rolled this way and the water was collecting and it was draining, but it was also real close to the greenhouse itself, so I was getting water inside the edges here. This way it's bumped out far enough, it's gotten enough of a lip out there, an edge, that the water should keep going unless it blows. If it blows, I'm in trouble, but that's all right. Hay bales, straw bales, straw has no seeds. Got some straw bales up in the back as well to insulate the greenhouse, and it also gives the chickens something to do, because when the weather gets cruddy, I'm not going to want to let them out all the time, and they're not going to want to go out in the snow. They're talking about maybe a very wet winter this year, so the more entertainment they have, the better off they're going to be. I put another roost over there as well. Here's some of the marigolds I gave to them. So, oh, I have not harvested my sunflowers yet. I did take the petals off, the first one. Second one is probably ready. I gotta check the petals and see. All right. Let's come back around here and don't go that way. I gotta keep reminding myself. Usually when I come in here, I'm looking down. I would have walked right into that and you would have caught me. So, got our janky gate. It works to keep out bunnies, to keep out the cats, to keep out other four-footed friends that would love to eat my stuff. The black-eyed Susan vines have gone crazy out here. Over there and there. Collecting rainwater to add to my watering cans. And actually I just put it in the 5-gallon bucket when I collect it until I need it. Got a rain gauge to tell me how much water we're getting. These are for shade in the afternoon. It's getting really hot. I don't know what that was. That was like a monkey. And it also, in the winter, is because this is the wind comes up against it, and so this way is west, toward me is west, and away from me is east. So the wind always comes this way, and if it's blowing and raining and stuff, it's going to give a little bit of protection over there. It might keep it a little bit drier, slightly drier, when I put the shade cloth on. I have freed up this bed from the fencing. I reused it for the birch tree over there. I had to redo the insides of the nest boxes because all the little ones like to sleep in this side. So I've got 2 nest boxes here that are like secluded, and then this part is opened up. Also, the bottom of this one had finally given way from like rain and stuff, so I used one of the dividers to elevate it and keep it from collapsing all the way. We do have to fix it. I did put up another tarp, not large enough. That's an 8 by 10 tarp, and all the way around the pen, each one is 10 foot, but then there's the rise. So I need to get a larger tarp and redo that. I have to fix these arches here. This is where the little ones love to hang out. They love it most back here. And then you can see them. That's why I was coming around here. You can see they are way up on the hay bales, straw bales. On the straw bales. I do have this stretchy like cargo netting, and then up there at the top I did move the branches over so they can't get out easily, but they're really digging it up there. And when I'm working in the greenhouse, I can see them, they can see me. It's all cool, and they're getting big. I think all of the white ones are as big at least as Betsy is. So that is the status of the little ones. And like I said, they love to hang out here. They're on this roost between these old sawhorses. I'm holding there with bricks. They're not moving at all for them. And then they have their little boxes, little greenhouse boxes or shelter boxes they can go into if they wanted to there. So, and then this is actually deer fencing, which I love. It's really lightweight, easy to use, easy to cut through. This is chicken wire, which is made for chickens, but anyone who's used it knows it's not fun at all. And I'm actually going to do a video about fencing and netting very soon, so I can show you the differences between everything. And that is what's going on with that. The new beds. Oops, this doesn't go here. I'm going to put this little pointer over here. The new beds are doing pretty well, especially with all the rain we've had. Here's the first new bed. And, I should have used the pointer. I've got Russian sage here. I've got lavender all up in here. So as I walk by every day, I'm going to be smelling the lavender. And if I want to harvest it, it's easy enough. And then I got dwarf irises here. That's an African lily. And then there's more. I believe they were irises, Japanese irises, all along here. They like it boggy and they like it wet. They like it wet. So this slopes down from the house and hope it's going to catch the water. The river birch likes it wet. And it's still doing okay. The leaves have changed color, but that's normal. And it's that time of year, which you can't really tell from you can't tell the color because of the sky. It's very foggy. And then I put in some dianthus, some not sea pinks, I think they're called pinks. I've got one there for a little bit of contrast to these leaves that are going up. Got some floofies. These are floofies. That's a anemone over here. And another dianthus here. And between all of these Japanese lilies, they're going to be beautiful in the spring. And then here's another peony, not peony, another anemone, and one over there. And these flower out in the fall. And they're like frilly leaves. I say floofy, frilly leaves against the backdrop of these. And there's a lot of space in between, but that's okay because they're all going to fill in really, really well. I'm going to be very happy here. And then just for a little pop of color, I put some of the mountain yarrow, and it's going to be bright, bright yellow, and that'll bloom in the summertime. So against the Russian sage here and the lavender, this pop of color is going to look nice, and it's actually going to fill in all up in here too. It's like a ground cover, and it's going to have its way over here. And yes, my fence is very janky. Eventually, I hope to open the fence when everything grows up and in, and they will be fine. And then over here is the second bed. On the outside I've got the anemone here. I've got more mountain yarrow here, anemone here. Again, it's going to be really pretty with the yellow. This is goldenrod, and it's almost bloomed out. This is the same way I've got it in the front. It's not, the yellow is almost bloomed out, but it's going to fill in well. This tree is doing pretty well too. And it's better to see these trees against the backdrop of the pine trees. You can see the one in the back is popping now from color because of the pine trees. Whoops, right there. And then this one, again, against the pine trees, looks really nice. It's going to fill out well. And I got that one here so that it will give shade to this side of the house. I have this one here. It's going to grow out, and it's going to give us some backyard shade too, where we would actually socialize. The lavender I put out further from the house. This lavender I put it further from the house because I know the pollinators are going to want to be there, which is fine, but I don't want the pollinators up by my house while we're trying to socialize. Over there is fine. I have pollinator plants here. I've got an aster that I put in, and then there's a butterfly bush that's going to fill in really nicely here, and a sedum in the back. Those are going to fill in well. And so as you walk in from the gate, here's an entrance we have here. As you walk in, the pollinators are going to be doing their thing over here. That's all going to fill in well. The butterfly bush is going to fill out and spread. And the thing with the heritage river birches is they don't like their roots disturbed. So these are really important to plant where they're not going to be, the tractor's not going to drive over them and things like that real close. And so then you put shrubs, you put herbs, you put other things around the outsides so that the tractor or lawnmower or whatever, dogs, cats, chickens, they're not going to disturb their roots. So you can see that, you can kind of see where the root, it was actually in a pot. It was very, very root bound. So I loosened a bunch of roots up. So this is where the pot was, but I know it's going to grow out to wherever the tips of the leaves are at least. So these are going to get longer branches, and the roots are going to end up going way out here. So I will probably add a couple more plantings over here, but I just wanted to have access so I could water it. And I'm also going to put in a whole bunch of bulbs for spring. So we'll have some spring color bulbs here. I'll put some over there. I'll probably put some crocus bulbs. Let's see. I want them where I can see them easily. And my path is always from my back door over to the chicken coop every day, several times a day. So I'm going to put color, pops of color, where I can see them. The pinks are going to bloom. So that's going to add some color. I may throw like daffodils up in here. And then a whole bunch of crocuses, probably all in here where I can see them as I'm walking by every day. And they're also going to give some first blooms for the spring for the pollinators to come, so they have something to eat. And then the trellises in the back. Those are my latest project. I still need to secure them with zip ties. I've got cardboard boxes I need to break down, and I'm going to lay them along this side of the trellises on the bottoms, and then that's where my plants are going to grow. There's lots of sunshine over here, and they're going to go up, and then they're going to go over this way, this way, this way, this way. I put it in a line so that hubby can get through with the tractor well, easy enough. He can leave the grass clippings at the bottoms of these on this side here, so that way we're not going to have weeds growing up on this side, and then he can still mow on this side. And what else? Oh, and it's also gonna, once the vines are like here, once they're at least to here, and the summer sun is going to be straight ahead, it's going to be going right up and over like this. It's going to give us some shade over here too, which will be nice. So the chickens can come and sit in the shade, the cats, the dog, people, whichever. So those are doing pretty well. And then the fruit will hang down from the arches, and I am only 5'4", so the arches are about 6 foot. So I should be able to harvest things. I've already decided what I'm going to plant. And then it's kind of a nice entranceway over to the orchard area. I opened up all the fences, hi pup, to the chickens to do their job, and they are tilling well. They're breaking down all my cardboard, which I'll probably just have to rake out. The fig tree is super happy back here. It's got multiple branches, but I also have no idea how to prune it yet, or how to care for it yet. I will learn, but I don't know yet. So the fig tree made it okay. Wait, is that a fig? Holy smokes. I think that might be a little baby fig. Oh, isn't that cute? All right, I don't know anything about figs except fig Newtons. Oh, and there's another little baby fig here, way in the branch, right there. But I will learn, and it's got some new growth too. More new growth over here. Seems pretty happy. The grapevines made it through the vine crisis. That one and this one. So for next year it'll be good. I actually still have some butternut flowers growing. That's crazy. Even though most of the leaves have faded away from like powdery mildew or from the squash bugs. So I have some more butternut I need to harvest. I have some watermelon. I don't know if they're all gonna make it or not. I tried to put them on cardboard, and that one's a funky looking watermelon. I don't know if that's gonna make it. We'll see. And oh, and little baby white oak is still making it through too, which is good. Strawberries, they're doing their job. They are starting to vine out, which I wanted them to go along here as a ground cover, like I saw at a client's house. And like I said, the chickens are doing their job tilling. They're getting the bugs out that are bad, but they also make a big mess. They have covered up my pathway with the wood chips. The good thing is that it's easy enough to I just lift a corner of this and like lift it and like fling all the stuff back where it is, and then I set it down again, and it's cedar. It's a cedar pathway, so that's easy enough. I let them in here to do a little bit of digging too. And then there's the peach tree, which is growing crazy. I have to find out how to prune orchard trees correctly. I want to make sure I do it the right way. I may have someone come in and do it for me, because we also have, that is the pear tree, those are the apple trees, and then the one I didn't think I was going to make it, the cherry tree, is here. It's fantastico, magnifico, very vigorous. It was only, I believe in the spring, it was literally like, gosh, I can't even tell. It was very, very small. tiny, and it has had vigorous growth, and I don't know if it's supposed to or not. I need to find out. I need to fix that. I opened up this pathway, opened up this pathway to them. They can come and go as they like. It means the critters can come and go too, but if I get out here and get the fruit, they won't get it all. Over here, the hibiscus are going wild, which is great. They're having lots of growth, lots of flowers. They've already made seeds, and then they made some more flowers. Cup plant, this cup plant, I don't know, not so happy, but it might make it. And I do chop and drop, so I chop and dropped what was it? It was the pineapple sage that was over on this side here. I cut it down, way down, and I chop and dropped it all along here where we found an opening. Hi, dog. There's a cup plant there, doing well. Hollyhock, I had to cut all the leaves back because it was looking terrible. I don't know if that's a virus or something. I gotta look that up. And then another cup plant here, which is gonna be fantastic because they grow to like 8 to 10 feet tall, 10 to 12 feet tall. I mean, they're huge, and they're gonna look like sunflowers, but they also are going to attract bees and butterflies like crazy. If you get off of there, hey, no, get out. Come on out. Out you go. Chop and drop, I also use comfrey for chop and drop. And just rip up some pieces and throw it down and let it decompose at the base of the plants. Just for some more minerals. Comfrey, they say, has very deep tap roots. So they go down deeper than what normal plants do, regular plants do, I guess. And they suck up the stuff from down below, and then they bring it up so that the plants can get to them. Yeah, so the plants can get to them easier. Cherry bushes, took the fencing down, reused that. And again, the chickens are doing their job, scratching everything up. Wood chips all around my birch tree that we had with the house when we bought it. They're up to me. We probably have wood chips everywhere. But they are kind of a pain to move around, especially when it's just my husband and I doing it mostly. So the aster, that was the aster that's starting to bloom again, false aster. I think they call it Stokes aster. This cup is not trash. It's actually a rain gauge. So had quite a bit of rain, which is good. I'll redo that one. Put it over. Okay. Looks like I'll have to replace some name tags. Got some funky looking mushrooms going here. It's been wet. It has been wet. And it's been warm. Crazy for Michigan. We're almost at mid-October and it's warm. I mean, like I said, in mid-70s this week, and then 60s for the nighttime lows. All right, so I think, I can't remember what that was that I planted. I did plant the lavenders. They were being taken over because this is where all of the this is where all of the pineapple sage was. It was crazy. But I know it's a good grower. I need to grow some more, but not there. And I rescued the swamp milkweed from it as well. Vigorous grower. I've got another swamp milkweed growing up in the apple tree. I gotta move it or cut it back. And it's growing well. I may end up putting more herbs out here in the guild. And I do want to put comfrey plants in here too, because growing those in the orchard is supposed to be a pretty good thing too. Oh yeah, and there's, what is this? Oh, this is the mountain blue catmint. It's all lacy. It was so pretty. But again, it got taken over by the vines. Vines are not going in here next year. No, no, no. Asparagus is happy. Noelle, get out. 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 Go. Back. Russian sage, sedum, and asters. Again, for the pollinators. Pollinators. so we get more fruit. And then, so this is where the vines are going to be. I'm going to alternate like squash with like beans, and squash with peas, and squash with watermelon, since the squash bugs don't seem to bother the watermelon much. And I might do it with cucumbers and what else? Cantaloupe. That's what I have in mind for those. So anyway, that's an update, quick update on what's going on, what's been going on. And this is Tammy Lowe, Lazy Northern Gardener. Love this. I'm going to do this again next year somewhere else. This is sweet potato vine with the cosmos. Anyway, Lazy Northern Gardener. Serranos are going crazy. Peppers in the back, not as happy. Probably they're not getting enough rain because of my tarp I put up for shade. And I have more beans here. I'm hoping they will grow. And I am signing off. I just hope you learn and grow and learn and grow and learn some more. What you don't know, you can find out on the internet. Do it now. Do it now. Learn it now while you can. I mean, we just saw Facebook and Instagram go down, all day long the other day. So learn what you can while you can learn it. Get to know people who know how to garden, who can help you. Like me, I can help you. It's not pretty necessarily. My garden is not necessarily beautiful. It is to me, but you might not like it. That's okay. We'll build a garden that you like. We'll build the garden that you want. We'll grow the things that you want to grow. Like maybe sweet potato vines that actually have sweet potatoes on them. Look at those flowers, they're so cute. Okay, that is it. Tammy Lowe, garden coach, garden consultant, reminding you to learn and grow. Learn and grow.